Okay, what's up you guys? It's been a long time coming. I'm here to talk about a little over a year after my rhinoplasty update. I had it done in April of 2023. It is now June 2nd of 2024. I know. It's been a very long time. To be honest, I don't have a really great excuse as to why I haven't made an update, other than the fact that I started working at a behavioral health clinic. Man, that job took a lot out of me. It's been quite an ordeal. I've been very busy. I think during that time I just couldn't make anything that I could be proud of due to how busy I was. So if you would like to see how everything came about in the first part, you can go check on my descriptions. I should be linking the part 1 over there. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. But just for a quick recap, I got my previously bulbous nose done in the Philippines. So I tried to go get surgery for it to get it cosmetically changed. My procedure was done at Aesthetic Science Clinic. It was in Makati by Dr. Marlon Lajo. In part 1, you'll get to see the very ugly, the very emotionally exhausting journey of the first couple days of recovery. But after 1 year, here I am. Let me tell you though, the first couple months were very rough. I think that's another reason why I couldn't come up with a video around a 6 to 8 month mark. I think I just wasn't so happy with where things were. To anyone watching this video who's still contemplating or thinking about getting rhinoplasty, I just want to give you a heads up. It's very emotionally draining. You don't know what you're getting into until you actually go through the actual journey of the rhinoplasty, especially with recovery. I really recommend having someone there for you or with you to take care of you, because although I was very lucky to have somebody for the first 2-3 days, everything else after that was a struggle bus, and you can see a lot of that on my first video. For the first couple months, I had to keep an eye out on a lot of things. First of all, reapplying SPF constantly. Reapplying it on your nose over and over and over. I can't tell you enough how many times I got sunburned, because it's so easy for you to get a sunburn. They insert the Gore-Tex underneath, and that I don't know how to explain it, but basically there's thinner skin on top right here. This get burnt so many times. Keep reapplying that sunscreen. They did say that I could swim around 6-week mark after or post-surgery, or 8 weeks I think, but honestly I did not even feel comfortable submerging my whole head up until I think 6 months, 8 months mark. I think maybe I was just paranoid, but I was scared to even touch my nose, to be honest, for quite a while. And this is gonna sound a little gross, but for my nose pickers out there, don't lie to me. I know that you pick your nose sometimes. It's okay when no one's watching and there's something annoying there. You're gonna have to take it out, okay? You're gonna have to take the gold. I can't do it the way I used to do it anymore. I do use cotton buds now if I have to do that kind of thing, which I mean, I guess I should have in the first place, but it's just not as satisfying, because it's like then you feel like there's still something there, you can't get it. Honestly, I miss being able to do that. Also, sleeping on the side. They took out a ligament from my ear to add to my nose. It actually, at some point, it started to hurt a lot more than the actual nose surgery itself. I couldn't really sleep properly on my right side. If you came to hug me too suddenly and then you like graze through my ear, or you pinch it a little bit, that hurts so bad, and to this day it still hurts. So please don't hit my ear for some reason. Don't hit me at all, actually. Don't touch me. But yeah, for the first couple weeks, even months, I was so confused about who I was looking at in the mirror. Obviously, the reason I got surgery is I'm a little insecure with my looks. I had to stop looking at myself because I was so confused at who I was looking at, but I had to keep reminding myself. I remember all these videos of people saying your eyes are not used to seeing yourself looking like that. You're gonna have a little bit of an identity crisis, and that's okay. It's very normal. I definitely had that for the first couple of weeks, even months, but over time I finally got used to it. And especially working with makeup now, I mean, I don't even know how to do makeup just yet with the new nose, to be honest. I know people are really good at contour. I can't do it. I can't do jack shit. Somebody needs to teach me ASAP. But I just had to keep reminding myself it's gonna be worth it at the end, and it's gonna be okay. And I think it is okay. I mean, where I'm at right now, I think it looks fine. To be honest, I don't even think that this is the final form. It's still quite heavy at the front right here at the tip. It's very hard to the touch.
Giggity.
So I'm not sure if that's actually 100% healed yet. A lot of people in these other vlogs I've watched said that. Sometimes it might even take up to 2 years to be 100% healed, and I honestly get that. Like, I think it's still changing as I go. I mean, unless this is it, right? At least it doesn't look like Whoville anymore, like in part 1. During my reveal video, every time I watch it, I kind of laugh because that looked so horrendous. That reminded me of that guy who did a reveal and everyone made fun of him. I'm so thankful that no one made fun of me because of that. But I'm glad it looks a lot more normal now, I guess. It's not as upturned anymore. I can actually lift up my lips now, thank God. Speaking of things going wrong, I feel like this is all just listing all the things that could have gone wrong, but I'm being very transparent here. I'm being very honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Like, I'm telling you as it is. I'm not trying to scare you. Obviously, everybody has different experiences with cosmetic surgery, and not every experience that I had with rhinoplasty is going to be the same as yours or anybody else's. Just because these things happen to me does not mean it'll happen to you. This is my story and it does not reflect anybody else's. I'm sure you can see it from the video, or maybe not, but there's actually a scar on the left side of my nose. I believe this is a combination of the doctor removing my cast and my sutures way too early. I think he also tied the sutures way too tight to the point where it ripped the skin, and I actually noticed that very early on, and I tried to contact him. Honestly, he didn't even respond to my messages at first, which I thought was quite weird. You can see it in my vlog with part 1, but I saw him in the 3rd day, 4th day mark to kind of show this concern to him, and he said, oh, it's fine, it's normal, and then he took off the cast, and I feel like he took off the cast way too early. I thought they removed it around 6th, 7th day, I'm not sure, but longer than that because it hurt so much when they took it out. Oh, the pain. It was very painful when they removed it, and he seemed very pushy with it. He kept, I don't know, maybe he just has man hands, but it's just like, you're a plastic surgeon. I would assume that you're a lot more delicate with your touches. Maybe he hates me, I don't know. I feel like I should have spoken up more, but I really just felt like he wouldn't even listen. Hey, maybe everyone else has a different experience with him. Everyone else's reviews have been really great about him, so maybe it's just me being the foreigner that I am. But what do I know? That's just my gut feeling. He didn't really respond to my messages either. He would respond to my mom's, which brings up another point. So she's the one who initially talked to this doctor to kind of discuss or inquire about the surgery, because she knows him through my uncle. My uncle got his nose surgery from him. So, you know, she connected us and then we spoke. I feel like he was not taking me very seriously whenever I spoke to him, but he would respond immediately to her, which I thought was quite weird considering I'm 26 years old. I'm an adult. I'm not under her supervision. I'm the one who paid for this surgery. So after the surgery, once I started coming off the whole anesthesia and all that stuff, my mom messaged me and said, hey, do you want to see the pictures during your surgery? I'm like, what are you talking about? So it turns out he sent her photos of my surgery. It's not a huge deal. However, I guess I'm just used to HIPAA. Does HIPAA not exist in the Philippines? But the fact that he just sent these photos without my permission to her, I was a little stunned, to be quite honest, but what do I know? I felt a little uncomfortable about that. I would have wished for him to send them to me first, and then I could have sent it to whoever needs to see it. Now with the stitches. He used blue non-dissolvable stitches. That's why he took them out around the 3rd, 4th day. I know they're non-dissolvable because I asked the nurse if they're non-dissolvable. Reason I asked the nurse if they're non-dissolvable is because a couple weeks after being home in the United States, I saw stitches sticking out of my nose. And luckily they were inside. I'll show some pictures in a little bit, but I was like, are you kidding? And I was like, I hope these are dissolvable. And I asked the nurse, she said they're non-dissolvable. So today is May 12th, and this is kind of insane, but I just found out that I have a string stuck in my nostril, and I've talked to the doctor and the nurse, and they're like, oh, yeah, you can either go to the doctor and get it snipped off, or a nurse, or you can apply alcohol on your own and then just cut it yourself. I'm not gonna go to the doctors. I'm just gonna cut it myself because I ain't paying for any more bills. The fact I actually messaged Dr. Lajo about this, he did not respond. He left me unread. I was like, okay, fine. And that's when I reached out to the nurse. Luckily, she was very kind. Honestly, I think the nurse has been so much more kinder to me than the doctor has been. So shout out to her. She said I could either go to a doctor and get the thread pulled by them or cut it myself. At that time, I didn't have insurance. I just got back to the United States. So honestly, I just cut it. Skin grew over the stitch. So now I have some type of stitch inside my nose that could someday go to my heart and clog it up and then I'll die. Just kidding.
I'm in danger.
But I'm just paranoid and it is what it is. Like I said, I felt like he was rushing me every single time that I was there for my follow-up appointments, and I think that should have been something that he could have caught. So with that, I do have some regrets about this whole thing. Please just understand that this is my personal opinion. Other people have way different experiences than me. For some reason, everybody else, I mean, all the reviews have been really great about him, so it's just, I guess I just got very unlucky. But I do regret not doing enough research with the doctor that I went with. I just went with the doctor that my family recommended me. But again, it's already done. It's not crazy botched, so that's good. And that's all I could wish for. Although I believe that should be bare minimum. Sue me. But yeah, I just was not that comfortable with him. He was rushing me a lot. There were some jokes that he made that were, to be quite frank, was unprofessional. I also feel like he didn't listen enough to what I wanted. I wanted my alars reduced. That was the biggest focal point of this whole situation, but he was saying that it would just not look natural at all, and I totally get that. But I just wanted just a little tiny modification with the sides, but he just did not touch it at all. So now I feel like it's a little bit useless because when I smile, like you can see, it still gets wide like before. Yes, it's taller now at the bridge, but it still gets wide. And like, if that, honestly, the height wasn't even the biggest thing that I had a concern about. It was more so this. But I tried to trust the guy because he's a surgeon, right? But I just wish that he listened more to what I wanted. But then again, that was my fault. I feel like I got pushed over too easily. I should have had more guts to stand up for myself. But who am I to speak to a professional like that, you know? So anyway, I feel like I only talked about the negatives. I should probably talk about the positives as well. But it's not as flat anymore. It's a lot higher now. I do wish this part was a little bit lower. I think it went a little too high. It still looks better than it was initially, so that's a plus. And I can't complain too much about that. What's done is done. I can't be 100% happy with how I'm gonna look anyway. I feel like people are just like that. I just need to, at this point, grow some self-confidence and work on my self-love, because I'm not gonna keep doing plastic surgery just to get there. I think I just have to accept with how things are right now, get healthy. I do not see any future plans for future plastic surgery. I do want like Botox right here because I got Wi-Fi. You ready? You got no signal? Now you do. Anyway, we are moving to bigger, better things. Again, I am so sorry that it took me forever to make this video. I swear, I promise that I will be more consistent with videos from now on. There's a lot of things going on. I have a lot of updates, a lot more different types of content as well that are coming up. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm so grateful that you guys are still here today to watch my videos. And I really would be so grateful if you guys subscribe, like the video if you did, maybe even share the video to your friends who want to get rhinoplasty or thinking of getting rhinoplasty. Hopefully this helps and doesn't scare anybody, but I'd rather know everything now before I do something, you know, if I was you, just so that I can be mentally prepared. If you have any further questions, please feel free to leave a comment with the question. I'll do my best to respond to every single one of them. You can follow me on Instagram here. Again, I would really appreciate a subscribe and a like from you guys as I start to upload more lifestyle videos. Thank you all again, and I'll see you soon. Bye!